Hi, welcome to Women in Midlife. I'm Karen. Thank you for coming to my channel where we are going to talk about anything and everything that pertains to women over 50s. So stick around and we'll be back. Hi, everybody. This is Karen again, back from Women in Midlife. We are going to talk to Dr. Madeleine Cheah. She is a PhD, a lecturer, a good friend, and a wonderful person that everyone should get to know her. Hi, Madeleine. Thanks for talking to us today.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
Oh, it's
Say Happy New Year from Adelaide. I'm talking from Adelaide.
oh wow. Is it? It must be warm right now, right?
Yeah, it is. It is very hot.
Okay. So thanks for making time to talk to me. And I wanted to bring this to the audience because I know that you went through a period of vertigo, and there are a lot of people, myself included, who've had vertigo, but yours was pretty severe, I think, and it caused you a lot of discomfort for many years. So I'm going to just dive into it and ask you some questions. Uh,
Okay.
so,
Sure.
okay. So, tell us what was the symptoms and how long ago was this?
The symptoms basically you cannot focus. Your eyes cannot focus. You feel dizzy, very dizzy,
Okay.
and then you lost your balance.
Okay.
You don't know where you are because practically you are spinning. And I lost my hearing due to that.
Oh.
About 30% of my hearing on my right side. And then after that, I actually developed tinnitus. I have ringing in my ear. Even now, I have ringing in my ear.
Okay, so let's be specific. It's called tinnitus and it's a ringing inside the ear.
Yeah, that's right.
And
yeah, constantly you hear the buzzing sound in your ear.
okay.
Yeah. There are some people who couldn't take it. They have to go for therapy and all that. I must say that I'm quite lucky. I am able to actually deal with it, and it doesn't affect me at all. Now I know that it's there, but then I don't feel it at all.
So you don't feel the symptoms now at all?
I don't feel even though I know that, especially in a quiet place, you can hear the ringing louder.
Can you emulate the sound so that our audience can?
All the time like that.
Okay, so it's like a scratching, buzzing sound kind of thing.
Yes, that's right.
Okay.
Yeah. You know.
So how long was that?
That is what I mean, when the vertigo developed, that's where I got it. Since then, it never go away. My tinnitus doesn't go away.
Okay.
And of course, loss of hearing of 20% of my right side hearing also doesn't really go away. It's there.
Oh, okay. Yeah. So when you only realized you had vertigo, how long ago?
It was not. It happened suddenly. In a sense that the vertigo didn't hit you because basically vertigo is just a symptom. It's not a condition.
Okay.
So all of us would have, if you have vertigo, I think the very important thing is that you must go and check it out. Okay. You have other thing actually that is actually the underlying is other thing. This is just a symptom.
Okay.
What happened was that I think it's 2015 after I went for a hike in Norway. I went to Norway for a hike. Right. And I came back. That was if I'm not mistaken, it was in August. So I came back, then I was in a class lecturing. Then suddenly I felt that why is it when my ear is different? I cannot, suddenly it's sort of, everything's like blocked, and sort of balancing that I could feel that some form of balancing is not right there.
Okay.
So of course that was when we were living in Singapore. Right. So I went to the GP and he said that, okay, think you have to go to see a ENT.
Okay.
Because it's my ear. So I went to an ENT in Singapore and he diagnosed that, okay, you have got Meniere disease. Okay. So Meniere disease basically inner ear problem. Okay. Okay. Mm-hmm. And I never knew about this Meniere at all. Right. Never in my life. Okay. Only I realized it after I went to the doctor. I did a lot of research. And of course, we did a lot of research. What caused it? There's no cause. You don't know where it came from. Right. So what happened was that when I went home, I had all these things imbalancing in myself and all that, but no actual vertigo started. Mm-hmm. One night when I was sleeping, and middle of the night I got up. Why is it that everything spin? Vertigo is like,
so that the room was spinning.
Yes.
All right.
If you've been to the amusement park rides, you know what is it.
Yes.
Because you spin. Right. And I couldn't even open my eyes. The moment I opened my eyes, and I would throw out.
Okay. All right.
I spin, and I threw out. I would say like each time if I get the attack, I threw out like more than 20 times.
Okay.
I will throw, I go back, throw again, like non-stop throwing.
Right.
So it was very scary. The very first time I got it, I didn't know what happened. I never had it before in my life.
Understand.
Immediately I was admitted. My husband sent me to emergency. I went to the hospital emergency, and doctor said that, oh, it is vertigo. Okay. To tell the truth, at that point of time, I don't even know what is vertigo. I had to actually Google and say, what is this vertigo all about?
Right.
Then on, it's practically downhill because I had the attack very often.
Okay. When you say often, how often?
Every day.
Every day?
Every day I had it, and each time I had the attack, it lasts about, sometimes can last like 12 hours. Can you imagine you threw out non-stop for 12 hours?
Oh, wow.
That's very horrible, right?
Okay.
And we were desperate. My husband and me, we were very, very desperate, but especially my husband, we did a lot of research. He did a lot of research and try to find a cure. Okay. Then finally he found this doctor. I can't remember her name. It's a lady doctor. She is in ear house in Los Angeles. So we went all the way to LA for treatment. Went to her because she was the one who did the research, and she said that it could be something like a body, like an infection in your inner ear, And she can't even explain. No one can explain what the cause of it. Why is it happen?
Right.
So then I even went to C9 Medical Center in LA to another ENT. So these two ENT can't really give me an answer as well. One of them, in fact, tell me to cut my ear and put steroid in there and place it inside. So that is that every 2 years you come back and I will change it. And we that's not right, because every 2 years we fly to Los Angeles to take it out and put it on. You see?
Correct.
So my husband was very adamant that no surgery whatsoever. Okay. So when we came back, then we went to Australia as well to get treatment.
Okay.
Australia, we went back to Singapore. Then more like we got like 3-4 doctors to say that you cannot do anything. It's just vertigo is just particularly a symptom. The underlying is your ear. So with my own research and all that, I can tell everyone that when you have vertigo, right, don't take it lightly, because it's actually a lot to do with your balancing. So if now after so many years, I learned so much, I realized that it's actually your ear. If you have problem with vertigo or dizziness, okay, you should treat your ear. Go and see somebody about your ear.
Yeah, okay.
If you look at it, it's actually very it's logical, because you look at people who are above 60 or 50 or even 70 or even 80, like my mother-in-law, she constantly had dizziness. And then when you look at it, is why? Because they have hearing problems. Old people, the hearing deteriorate.
Right.
They always have the dizziness.
Okay.
So actually, dizziness and the balancing has a lot to do with our ear.
Yes.
So I must say that I'm pretty, because when I got it, I didn't know what is it all about. Do I get the B? They call it BPPV. They call benign paroxysmal.
BPPV. Yeah. I will put a link below for the audience to Google that. Yeah.
Mm. Some people have got the benign paroxysmal symptom. Theirs is a crystal in your ear.
Yes.
And the crystal dislodged, right? Then you got your vertigo. And then what they do, if you know how to, you train yourself by lie down sideways 45 degrees, right?
Yes.
You can actually get the
crystals to dislodge. Yeah. So again, just to stop you there, Madeleine, for the audience, I will also put a YouTube link on what is called the Apley maneuver. So,
correct. That is a bit maneuver.
Correct. That helps. You can do it yourself. If you do already have experienced this kind of dizziness and you feel unusually nauseous as well, so it does help. I have personally tried it myself because I do have, but not as severe as for Madeleine. Okay.
Mine is not, unfortunately, mine is not BPUV. So therefore, with that kind of treatment, I cannot, because the physio and the chiropractor actually tried it on me and they verified that no, yours is not. Okay. Mine is better to do my ear. So if you have vertigo, you should go and get ENT treatment from the ENT because it is to do your ear. A lot of times it's to do your ear.
Okay.
So there are other like people who have got tumor and all that.
Right.
So those things that you can detect your vertigo is MRI scan.
Right. So you obviously had to go for an MRI scan.
Yeah. That was the first thing I do because in case there was a tumor in my brain or whatever, because it was so sudden,
Yeah.
So if you have that, go quickly and do it because it can cause a lot of other things if you don't.
Okay.
So vertigo doesn't happen just because you're tired. You know what I mean? Yeah. It's got a more severe thing, underlying it. Yeah, right. So it's not severe itself because it's just a symptom, but it can lead to more severe thing if you don't treat it.
So when you had this, right, how did it affect your daily life? During that period, yeah.
My world went topsy-turvy, I would say. It's all upside down. I couldn't go to work. I couldn't do a lot of things because I had to just lie down. Like sometimes I get attacked for 12 hours. Can you imagine 12 hours? I can't do anything. I can't even cook. I can't even do anything. I can't even eat, actually.
Right.
See? Yeah. Then it's really changed your life, and it's very scary because I didn't know what happened. Why is it become like that? And it lasted for about 1 year, slightly over a year. Then I went into remission. I went to remission like 4.5 years. Remission. It started around 2015. After 2016, I went to remission for 4.5 years. And I was so happy because I got my life back. I did everything that I could. One of those things I did was I reduced my salt intake.
Oh, salt
intake, yes.
Okay.
Yeah, because if you get menial disease like mine, salt is what they say, the salt that for your body couldn't come out right. It went deposit into your ear. That's what the doctor said. So I actually practically reduce salt completely. When I cook, I don't even put salt actually. Till today, I don't do that anymore. I don't use salt. I don't eat a lot of salt. I reduce my salt tremendously.
Right.
And I don't eat any processed food.
Right.
Okay. Now I eat a little bit, but when I had many years, I don't take processed food. Any like sausages and all that, I don't take them.
Okay.
And I think one of those things we have to do is that try not to eat outside food so much because outside food MSG and all that, right? So I started to cook because the negative thing became a positive thing because I changed it and I started to like cooking. So I cook. I never like to cook, but I started to cook.
Right.
So also food, very low salt, no salt particularly. That's I've been doing it, and I don't like salt. Not if you give anything that I eat outside a little bit more, that's what I know that this is a lot.
Right.
So okay. That changed as well. Right. So does vertigo change my life? Of course it does. Change my life, tremendously. Something that I never do now, I do it. So that is what the effect on vertigo on my daily life.
Okay.
And I've been like in remission for 4.5 years. Then what happened was when I had my COVID jab, the second dose of my COVID jab, it came back. It hit me like a tornado because for 4.5 years I did not have it, and everything went back to normal because I could drive, I could do a lot of things, like exercise, running, holiday, and all that, flying. Before that, I couldn't even dare to fly on my own. Can you imagine when you had that attack all the time when you don't have an attack? Things will change, you're scared. I'll tell you seriously, I would like, my heart would palpitate very hard, scared because don't know when the attack was coming.
Right.
Even till today, to tell the truth, I do have that feeling. There's sort of fear and scare.
Right.
Yeah. So when I did the second dose of my jab, the attack came back. That was in 2021.
Okay.
Recent. And I had the attack. I vomited like again when I had the first attack back after so many years. I had to be admitted to hospital.
Okay.
Then when we came to Australia, the very first 6 months, I was very, very sick. The attack every day.
Okay.
And I tell you, I spent so much money on everything like chiropractic, physio, acupuncture, everything you name it. I went through. I tried to get treatment.
Okay.
And one of those things that I also discovered is oxygen experiment.
Okay.
That because when you sleep, sometimes you snore. You don't know, right?
Mm-hmm.
So that was one of those things when we did our research. My husband did his research. He actually found that one of those things is that you may get lack oxygen when you're sleeping.
Right.
So that could cause my ear imbalance, my ear, and therefore you got a vertigo. So I actually had a CPAP machine. I wear the CPAP machine. I will say that it helps me a lot.
Okay.
It practically stop my vertigo.
All right.
Okay. And that's where when we came back, that's why we knew that the jab caused it, because I was in revision, totally on revision. Every day I was wearing the CPAP machine, never fail. Every night I will wear it.
Right.
And when I got the jab, it came back like a tornado. And it was 6 months, I was very, very sick. So from 2021, May to November, I was very, very sick. I would say very scary. And now I'm again go back to remission, touch food. Hopefully it won't come back anymore.
Right.
And I can tell you that it's still in a lot impact on my life because I'm still in fear.
Right.
Every day I'm in fear. Every day I get up. Sometimes when I sit down and I bend down and I got up quickly, right? So I really bit dizziness, right? Wow, that really scared me.
Right.
So
yeah, that's the thing when it's something that it's not outwardly, it's not showing, and then people will wonder, are you making it up, or you are maybe being a bit melodramatic about the issue, isn't it? And that's what I want to share with people who are listening, is that this actually can happen and is a real thing. Yours was a bit more extreme than, because I know most women our age actually have this issue, but it's more the, if you can do the aptly maneuver, it does help. So I hope for most women that is the worst case scenario. But in your case, obviously going back, is that you obviously found that salt was a big component that you had to reduce, and then that when you sleep you are actually not breathing very well, and you had to find a way and have assistance to breathe. And so to our audience, actually breathing is something that I will also bring up, because breathing is so important, and that many women are not breathing, many people are not breathing properly, and that also causes a lot of us that have illness and depression, because we are not breathing wholeheartedly. So one of the talks that we'll be talking about is about breathing, actually. So that is something I want to address. And so has it, what would you tell the audience today, if they're maybe just at the early stages, what would you advise them so that they get help? What should they do immediately?
Early stage of vertigo?
Yeah.
Yes, I would say seek medical advice immediately. Don't do it because it could be a tumor, could be something else. I mean,
right.
You see, for mine, I got treatment very quickly, and even that itself affected my ear.
Right. Okay. And
so,
probably more likely than not is a inner or middle ear issue, correct?
Right. My ear is better in the ear.
Right. Okay, great. Thank you so much for spending time with us. And, I hope that we'll get to talk again very, very soon.
Yep, sure. Thank you. Thanks for having me.
Thank you. Bye.